Hi, Philip. I've spent over an hour trying to work with this document. It's unreadable. I think it's corrupted or something of that nature every time I try to bring it up into Word, and it shouldn't be. But before I'd like you to make some edits and then make sure that maybe just send an attachment, not a link of a file, but you need to reduce the size of this file. One of the things, I'm just gone down to the appendix, and let's get down here. I deleted all those articles. You have to relabel Appendix A because we don't need an Appendix A. We don't want to see that extra. You never put that kind of thing in here. And I think that might be having a problem because it looks like you're inserting a visual of this or some sort of a picture, and it's not transforming well. You've got your procedures here, Appendix C. I noticed here with the reflective journal template, get rid of the picture. It doesn't. We don't need all that kind of stuff. We can probably get rid of this as well. We just want the instructions and such. And then I've what I've done is taken the question, just put it as questions format. It's not using this format. So basically, you're taking the questions. These are the prompts, and you can label them that if you want. Like you can call these um, writing prompts. And so we know it's week one, and maybe what you can do is also just increase this so we know that what should be done here. Uh, uh, yeah, okay. So you put that there. I just have to edit it. So it's bigger than the other thing because you're at a 10-point font. And then you can get rid of these things so it reduces the space. The other thing is down here, and I think maybe I already deleted them. There was your table. This table here. It has to be put in a table format. I don't know what this is. It looks like it's a picture. You can't do a picture in a thesis. It has to be text. And this is unreadable at this point, unless you go into what do I have to go? 150, even 150. That's hard to read, um, and people aren't expect. This is going to be a document that someone could print. Probably won't print it. Okay, so that's my second suggestion. So sorry, delete Appendix A, uh, uh, just refer to the journal questions only and get rid of all the table stuff. Redo this table for sure. And then in the results section, I can see there's going to be some issues here. So I just want to kind of go over them before you get rid of your visuals. It's just your numerics don't make sense in those visuals, and so let's take a look here. Research question one, the findings. You don't use this. So figure one overall, and it's not negative sentiment and positive. It's just positive and negative. Don't use sentiment. Nobody uses that. So it's just we're positive or they were negative. So correct that. And then uh, this isn't you don't need a figure because it's only 12 people. So you're making so you I delete this and then you've got that. And then um, yeah, because you've already got that. It's not now. Figure point by two shows the distribution of emergence aggregate scores on the sentiment towards. Not sure respondents. So 6 respondents had a 6, but it's a 7-point scale. Oh, a sentiment score of 9. Use use of 9 questionnaire items. Again, this isn't clear. I'm not even sure what that is. But normally you wouldn't do it that way. I don't even know what this 9-point scale is. Uh, it's strange to have a 9-point scale. 1 to 8. So really, this is what you would refer to, and Don't use to two decimal places. We got 15 subjects, so it's always to one decimal place, and it's range from 1 to 8. That's how you would do that. We don't need the decimal places there. Of 1, this range suggests an extreme outlier. I have no idea what that means. An extreme outlier. There's no extreme outlier in a 9-point scale. That's not. That's just. Um, so I'm gonna have to look at these in more detail. What is this here? Yeah, no. Here the results, you would actually present them. This is not a clear table. So that, sorry, it's not a clear document. It's just, it's not. This is, you're using a visual when a table is needed. And so you would probably combine, well, now you have a 5-point scale, it looks like, which is interesting. But you would have a table where on the top, you would have strongly disagree, disagree, neutral, agree, strongly agree, and then the percentages there. Um, and then you'd have the basic virtual reality, full IVR, IVR pedagogy. And um, and that's how you would do that. So that would be presented in a table. And then same thing, this is excited and confident. Yeah, okay, yeah. I wish we had met before. So this would be in a table. Again, you present your information table, not in figures. You rarely ever use figures um, to do this. It it skews it skews the perception of what's going on, which we only have 15 people here, and so yeah, and you wouldn't say with n equals 1 immersant feeling neutral. Immersant. Oh, yeah, okay. I think we should. I'm not sure why you're saying immersant when you mean participant, right? I think you mean participant. Um, this is the health risks, and you'd have I might even combine strong agree and strongly agree, and then combine have neutral, and then disagree and strong disagree. Um, and then so bottom line is get rid of those visuals. Um, and it doesn't look like that's going to be an issue here. Although, let's see, what is this? Okay. Now, there might be a reason why you've referred to, okay, get rid of this. So this is, again, just going to be a table. And when the table, it's basically, you can combine agree and strongly agree on the right side and then say the percentage and and the number. So, and then you can have neutral, and then you can have strongly agree and disagree, and then you order them. Um, and then you talk about the table. And then I don't know if that's the same thing here. Um, and I'm just going to check something here for when you started to use the word immersant, because that's unusual. So Control F, immersant. Sorry, I'm just looking up here. Immersant. Abstract. So next, a phenomenon students' perceptions as immersance. Okay, I guess, but you'd want to check with Dr. Hughes. It's strange. Really, you're just making next a phenomenological mixed method study is it's not was presented, was used synthesizing students' perceptions of IVR in a graduate. So we don't, the as emersence, I think, is confusing, and it looks like you've used it 100 and emersence. Yeah. Um, so this is one of those things where you thought it was going to, but no, yeah, no, it has to be participants. You can't be emersents. Uh, so just replace emersents with participants. Okay, so that's my initial feedback, but I need you to do, more importantly, is get rid of the pictures, make them tables, save it in a new Word document, and then send me an attachment to see if I can actually read it, because right now this is a corrupted document. I can't open it up in any way.